Welcome to ChibiGamers boys and girls, and welcome to my review of Mega Man 11. As I ask, how good is it? Starting with the gameplay is like a classic Mega Man game. Platforming, jumping and shooting, everything else a blue lemon shooting robot does. Unlike Mega Man 9 and 10, you do get your charge shot back, and also with a new double gear system. The double gear system has 3 modes. The first being the speed gear, which makes everything slower, though technically it makes Mega Man faster, but gameplay wise it's just a slowdown skill. The second gear is the power gears, which makes your normal shots much stronger, fires 2 shots when charged up, and gives boss special weapons upgraded versions of their shots. Similar to Mega Man X's abilities, but with no need to charge them up. With both the speed and power gear, have a short timer to use them, and if you use them for too long they will overheat and shut down on their own, and be unable to use them again till it fully cools down. But you are able to shut it off manually to prevent this. With the third and final function of the double gear is called, well, the double gear. This uses both the speed and power gear at the same time, but with quite a few setbacks. Number 1, it can only be used at low HP. Number 2, you cannot shut it down manually once you start it. And number 3, unlike the speed and power gear alone, which punish you by not letting you use the gear system for a bit while overheating, but overheating using the double gear function prevents you from using charge shots and only lets you have 1 shot on the screen at a time and takes much longer to cool down. The double gear system feels very welcome in this game and never seeming like a crutch, as this game has parts where you need to slow things down or need to overpower your enemies, and also you'll need the help, as holy hell this game is hard. I mean, normally Mega Man games aren't this bad, and if you played Mega Man in base and thought that game was hard, then it's got nothing on Mega Man 11. From pain in the ass mini bosses to hard as hell stages, and the bosses themselves being able to use the gear system when their health is low, becoming much stronger or faster depending on which boss it is, and some of the bosses doing crazy amount of damage per hit. I'm looking at you, Impact Man. God, I hated that boss. Of course, along with the double gear system, there are the 8 boss special weapons, which are okay. While they aren't the best, they aren't exactly horrible either. You do also get power-up parts, which you can buy with bolts, which are pretty much money, which if you played most of the Mega Man games, pretty much from 7 and on, it had the same similar part system. And this time around, the game is very generous about giving bolts, as I never needed to farm bolts to buy the things I wanted. For the game's length, it took me about 4 hours to complete, as it consists of no intro stage and starts you off with all 8 bosses, with only 4 Dr. Wily stages after you complete all the 8 bosses. While the stages are pretty long, I only wish the checkpoints weren't as far between as they were, as you'll have to go through a lot of stage again if you do end up dying, which you will do quite a bit. So a lot of your time playing will pretty much be redoing parts of the stages, as this game has no problem kicking your ass. Sadly, there aren't any unlockables or secret things to find in stages, so there's not really too much replayability in the main game, but there is a challenge mode with extra trials and speed runs of the stages and bosses if you do want more out of the game. While this game does have a story, there really isn't much of one. It isn't bad, it's just very okay. It's not good, it's not bad, just okay. Along with the story, the game is fully voiced in English, though you can use the Japanese voiceovers. The English voice is very well done, but when your bar is in Mega Man 8 and X4, it shouldn't be too hard to not be as bad as them. Lastly is the music. Mega Man games have always had such stellar soundtracks, and this one is decent. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I think it could have done a lot better. There's no hits, there's no, 1 or 2 stages that just have one really good song. Everything's it's okay, it's decent. And overall, the game is a classic Mega Man game. It doesn't try to reinvent the wheel in any way, but it doesn't have to. This is what the classic Mega Man games have always been. It's like going to McDonald's and wanting to order a burger or McNuggets. If that's all you want, then you'll be fine. But if you want to order steak at a McDonald's, you're gonna be pretty let down. But also, if you are looking for a game to give you a challenge, then this game will gladly give you one. If you all enjoyed this review and other videos I make, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff, and I hope to see you all on my other video.